What's going on, everybody? So we're back for another tier list video. Oh, we got a worked out for us this time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, Dreamworks. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna have to get some of these haven't seens out of the way. Haven't seen Kung Fu Panda 4. Haven't seen. Have not seen the new Megamind. Have not seen Orion in the Dark. Troll Hunters have not seen. I have not seen Boss Baby 2. I've not seen the Trolls movie. I've not seen Abominable. I've not seen the other Trolls movie. I have not seen Crude's New Age. I have not seen The Second Spirit. This is that, like, new Octopus Girl movie. Haven't seen it. Let's see. I'm gonna get so much shit for that. I have never seen How to Train Your Dragon, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, but I don't really care. I've seen clips of Boss Baby, not the whole thing, so I don't feel it'd be fair for me to include the whole thing. Have not seen the Peabody and Sherman remake. Don't even think I've seen the original Puss in Boots. I've not seen Kung Fu Panda 3. I feel like I've seen Kung Fu Panda 2. I've not seen Turbo. I've not seen Trolls. They made 3 Trolls movies? Shrek 2, Shrek 3. I don't know. I don't think I saw Forever After. I don't think I did. Do not see Rise of the Guardians. Okay, everything else I think I've seen. Yes. Sinbad, it's been so long. All of these, it's been so long. All right. So, where are we starting? God, where do you even start? All these are so good. Okay. Wait, was Chicken Run 2 not done by the same studio? Alright. Gotta start somewhere. Madagascar. I really fucking love this movie. Only, like, the most quotable movie the year it came out? Right? I mean, the movie completely revitalized I Like to Move It song. Completely revitalized it. Was dead for decades. I might be over exaggerating. I don't know if the song has been out that long, but dead for a long time. Revitalized that song. Great movie. Absolutely, just it's some of the funniest writing I've ever seen, and that's one thing I really appreciate about DreamWorks. Is Disney and Pixar, for example, they're funny, but they're family-friendly funny. DreamWorks is family-friendly funny, but they're not afraid to get a little shitposty. You know what I mean? Like, they're not afraid to get a little, like, this is a crazy ADHD hypothetical. You know, like, they're not afraid to kind of do like that. Madagascar 2 was not as good. I remember almost nothing about this movie at all. I remember almost nothing about it at all. I don't know if it's deserving of C, but I don't remember anything about it. And I don't think I've seen Madagascar 1 that many more times than Madagascar 2. Madagascar 3, I actually liked a bit more than Madagascar 2, because I at least remember more about it, but I still don't remember much. Madagascar 1 was the most memorable of the Madagascar films for me, personally. Penguins of Madagascar. Funny. But I will say, every time they do a movie, right, like Madagascar, Despicable Me, they'll always include characters, and then when those characters get popular, they create spin-off shows. I liked Penguins. They didn't need their whole movie. They didn't need a whole show. They didn't. And they killed it, is what they did. Nobody cared about the Penguins anymore. They killed it. Monsters and Aliens, I remember liking, but again, I've only seen this movie once, and I don't remember too much about it. I do remember liking it, though. That is an emotion I do remember, as opposed to these, where I don't remember them, and I don't remember even how I felt about them. This one, I remember watching, and I remember enjoying it by the time it ended. I remember it being very funny. Spirit, very good. Again, it's been so long, I do not remember this one as much. But again, I do remember liking it, right? Some of these guys, I'm saving, I don't know, maybe one of these other ones here. Joseph. This is another one of those, I mean, I might as well. These are of all the same quality, I want to say. I think El Dorado is probably their best out of those. But I think those all are very deserved of their spot. Specifically, Prince of Egypt and Joseph. Specifically, Prince of Egypt. Joseph is great, though. Prince of Egypt is just a great story. Like, that's what I loved about it. Like, Madagascar. What is Madagascar? It's a bunch of zoo animals that broke loose, and they're on the loose, and whoa, what kind of crazy things are happening? And Prince of Egypt was like, hey, this actually happened. This was history. Learn it. And as kids, you were like, whoa. Like, obviously, the sing-along songs weren't in there, and obviously, there's some things in there that were stretched, right? But, I mean, the fact that it was able to tell a story of culture and history in such an amazing way, all of those films are phenomenal. They're all great. They're all very well deserved of A, if not even S. But I'm going to keep them in A for now. Well, actually, this is my list. I'll do whatever I want to do. Sorry for the jump scare. Puss in Boots is great. This is the only Puss in Boots movie I've seen, actually. It's this one. It's really, really good. It's not, I don't know why I was about to throw it in S tier. It's not S tier by any means. In fact, it's not even, actually, yeah. No, yeah, that's where it's going. Top B. I don't know what I was thinking. It's great, but it's not like a legacy like these. And it's not super funny like Madagascar. It's like very middle of the road in everywhere it does and everywhere it goes, which is fine. Nothing wrong with middle of the road. But I think that a bit more commitment is needed. All right, let's see. Chicken Run. One of the best films I've seen in my childhood. Like, great story, great characters, claymation at its finest, is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I think Chicken Run is great. I saw the sequel recently. It was good. I don't like how it was a bit formulaic. But, you know, happens. Megamind. I was not on the same boat that a lot of folks were with Megamind when it came out. Megamind, for some folks, was this big meme, this big ultra, like, it's Megamind. I was like the kid who was like, I don't know these people. I don't know who these people are. No relation. You know, I was not on that train. Fine movie, of course, very fine. Not for me though. Shark Tale. Great. I thought Shark Tale was great. Again, basic Dreamworks comedy. This was not. Shark Tale was nothing so crazy, right? It wasn't. But given that you can take a movie that you expect to be crazy, you expect a movie to be here, but really it's here, but they're able to work in this box fairly well. I think the writing is very good in Shark Tale. I think the comedic timing as well as the acting performance by Will Smith is very good as well. I think a lot in that movie is very, very funny and very good, personally. Let's see here. Over the Hedge is funny. Over the Hedge is so funny. I haven't seen that movie in at least, 15 years or something like that. It is so funny. I haven't seen this movie in forever. You want to know the one thing I remember about that movie is that it's hilarious. That's the one thing I remember. And them always, going in the slow-mo. I thought that movie was so funny. Does it need to be S tier? Probably not, but it's my list, darn it. And that's where it's going. Flushed Away, I thought was meh. Very meh. Very B tier meh. Actually, nah. Top C tier meh. It was a good movie, but at the same time, I barely remember anything about it. And I will say, the only time I've seen this movie, I suppose it came at a bit of an unfair advantage, because when I saw that movie the first time, we did a double feature in the cinema. We went to go see Santa Claus 3 back to back with Flushed Away. And we saw Flushed Away second. And I think my attention span by that moment was already gone. So, perhaps unfair, but it is what it is. B movie is great. But, that being said, it is a meme. It's a fine film. I don't know if I'll put it above Puss in Boots. Fine film, fine for what it was. Love Jerry Seinfeld and a lot of the stuff he's in. I think the comedic timing in this was funny as well. Though I don't think that, aside from it being a meme, aside from things like, you like jazz? Aside from things like that, I don't think it's that great of a movie. I mean, Patrick Warburton as well as, the boyfriend is great. There's just, a whole, political climax that comes out of nowhere that I was like, what is this? It's also supposed to be, some type of, real world, allegory. They lost me, but I mean, for what it was, I thought it was decent. Sinbad, I liked. I didn't like it as the rest of those, though. Even though it was kind of in a similar style. Did not like it as much. I do remember, what's funny? One of my most fondest memories about Sinbad is I remember watching it on Cartoon Network. I remember watching Sinbad on Cartoon Network. I don't remember if it was on Cartoon Theater or if it was on one of the other blocks that they had, but that was one I remember enjoying quite frequently. Wallace and Gromit with the were-rabbit. I love Wallace and Gromit. I really, really do. That being said, even as a kid, I remember wanting to go see the Were-Rabbit film. Because as a kid, I was obsessed with Wallace and Gromit. I owned every episode on VHS. Granted, it was only 3 episodes. But I saw the Moon Made of Cheese episode. It's Gromit, the wrong trousers. I've seen it 1,000 times. I've seen them all. They're all so great. But even growing up as a kid, being a big Wallace and Gromit fan, even I recall walking out from the theater feeling a bit underwhelmed from the film. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's because I'm used to 30-minute Wallace and Gromit short, and I got hour-and-a-half movie. But I'm not sure. All I remember is, as a kid, I felt a bit underwhelmed. But I love Wallace and Gromit. Definitely probably deserves a rewatch. Kung Fu Panda. The first Kung Fu Panda is great, I would say. I would say the first Kung Fu Panda is great. Is it better than El Dorado, though? Prince of Egypt? You saw nothing. All right. I like Kung Fu Panda. My only thing about it is I'm not a big fan of story. Guy knows nothing about martial arts. Guy's kind of an idiot. Guy can't really do anything right. Old retired master comes across this person and wants to help them for whatever inexplicable reason the plot decides to come up with. And lo and behold, this person that they decided to help because they, out of pure pity, becomes the chosen warrior of legend. It's a story that has never made sense to me. It's a story that has just required literally every planet ever to align in order for it to happen. But it did 1,000 times. I'm just not a big fan of that story trope. Now, if you are, great movie. I'm just not a personal fan of it. Kung Fu Panda 2, on the other hand, was very mid. Remember almost nothing about it. Antz. Yeah. Antz is phenomenal. Yeah. Antz is phenomenal. Antz is really, really good. You know what's so funny about Antz? You know, it's hilarious about Antz. You cannot talk about A Bug's Life. You cannot talk about A Bug's Life. There should be a counter somewhere, like a 30-second timer, that the minute someone talks about A Bug's Life, somebody somewhere is going to say, oh, have you seen Antz? Have you seen Antz, though? It happens every time anybody talks about Pixar's Bug's Life. Here comes somebody, I promise you, within like 30 seconds to a minute. Oh, have you seen Antz? I love Antz. I think Antz is so good. I think Antz is very, very good. It's a great movie. Yeah, it's so funny. You cannot talk about A Bug's Life without talking about Antz. It's too funny. All right, y'all. Come on, Shrek. Shrek 2? Shrek the Third I liked significantly less. In fact, I liked it. In fact, I don't know why I don't like to use D tier. I suppose I'm not as harsh as I should be. I like that. I'm thinking that's a fairly good list. I'm thinking. Right? Yeah, I think so. Well, what do you guys think? Y'all's opinion matters most. Leave those comments down in the description box down below. As always, Let's keep a conversation. Let's have a conversation. I want to know what your favorite DreamWorks movie is. And I want to know what you think of my list. Do you agree? Disagree? What did you guys think of the El Dorado, Prince of Egypt, Joseph, and Sinbad films? Which one's your favorite out of those? Leave those comments down in the description box down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all. Thanks so much to Ryan Wilkins, The Plush Experience, Advanced Hell, Kame Senin, and Susan Simone for all being members. If you would also like to become a member, on my channel there exists multiple different tier levels, and you can pick out which one is best for you.